Well, I always love to support local distilleries, so we got one right here. We're going to review Bull's Head Small Batch Bourbon, 90 proof, from my home state of New York. This is from upstate New York. My work associate and friend Jeff and his wife Diana were in upstate New York this weekend, brought me back this bottle. Can't wait to get into it right now. So, specifics are, it is 90 proof. This is aged 5 years per what I read. Mash bill. This is a wheated bourbon. Mash bill is 70% corn, 25% wheat. It says winter wheat, 5% malted barley, and is with Catskill Mountain water. Now, this is upstate where I've been many, many times. I live in New Jersey now. That's my current home state, but I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Been upstate many times, been to the Catskills. I know these areas fairly well, even though I haven't been there in a while. So this is really exciting to try this local distillery. So this is a small batch. It says batch 247, bottle 456. It is produced and bottled by Spirits Lab Distilling in Newburgh, New York. So I think this is sourced, and the name Bull's Head is a tribute and is named after Bull's Head Tavern, where George Washington brought the troops to toast them on their final victory before they marched into Manhattan. So I love wheated bourbons, and this is 25% wheat. That's a fairly high percentage of wheat. I also don't always like high proofs, like small, lower proofs sometimes. So without any further ado, let's crack this open and get into it. Cork pop. Yeah, so-so. All right, the cork pop is so-so, but what matters is how this tastes. And I reviewed a lot of local distilleries in New Jersey, New York, and elsewhere, and they're mostly rye bourbons, where rye is a secondary grain. This is a wheated bourbon, and a fairly high one at 25%. So a quarter of this mash bill is wheat, while it's still a bourbon at 70%. This is a very high percentage. You look at the Bardstown, that's like 39%. Their bottled and bond is 20%. That's even less. So this is a nice amount, and I can definitely smell sweetness coming out of here already. It has a nice sweet nose. So, it might be on the young side. I don't know. 5 years is, not very young, but it isn't too aged. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. I like that. It's very sweet. So it probably is young, but it's very sweet. But with the wheat, 25%, it has a nice, smooth, and softened character to it. So you're not getting a lot of spice, although there is some type of spice with wheat, but it's a very soft profile, very easy drinking. Let's have one more. I like this. This is for a nice, easy pour. If you like a wheated bourbon, it's got a nice, soft profile. Is this going to compete with something, like the Bardstown, the Makers? I mean, first of all, those are higher proof, so it's not a good example. But I like this proof for this bottle, because every time, sometimes you want something higher. I sometimes want something lower. It varies. But for a lower proof, a wheated bourbon from a local distillery in New York at 25% wheat, I think that this is very tasty. So we'll get more into it. We'll see if there's something we can compare it to. I'm blinded, but Bull's Head Bourbon from upstate New York, 90 proof. Really good. Cheers.